While I was listening to your talk, I was feeling very connected and very peaceful and very calm,
I
as if
didn't
I
hear
was.
him.
While he was listening to your talk, he was feeling very connected and very peaceful and very calm.
I'm grateful.
And very. I don't feel that way very often. Um, so
You
what's the quickest way that I can
He said he doesn't feel
when I'm not around you, when I'm not listening to you, helping me feel this way, connected to like almost everybody in this room and everybody in this planet. When I'm not around you, how can I feel this connected to everything?
he doesn't feel that way when he's not around you. So what's the quickest way to feel that all the time, even when he isn't around you?
Well, it wouldn't hurt to think of when you are around me. You know, I pray always that people not get my talks only with their minds, but get them with their hearts. So I'm glad that you do feel that. But the main thing is that you have to understand that you are that. And the more that you live in inner peace, the more you will achieve that. The way is by meditation. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening for His answer. And the more you listen, the more you begin to feel Him talking to you and through you. So this comes by not only just sitting silent, but certain techniques help you to it. The purpose of yoga techniques is not to force God to come to you. Many people make that mistake. What it does is you've got the sunlight on the side of a building, and the rooms, some of the rooms have their curtains drawn shut. The sunlight is always there. Your job is to open those curtains. So yoga helps to calm your mind so that you can listen. You can't listen if you close your eyes, try to meditate, and let your mind go chattering on. Kriya Yoga is a fantastic technique, partly because it really deals with the science of inner awakening. When you seek truth, when you go to higher states of consciousness, there's actually a level in your own body where the energy becomes centered. I remember once, many years ago, I was just a young man on the path, and I fell into a deep mood one day. And as long as I was in this mood, all my thoughts kept supporting that mood, supporting why I should be in a mood. And so I asked my mental citizens, do you like being in this mood? And they said, no, we don't like it. So I said, well, boys, what are we going to do about it? And so they all said, well, let's try changing our level of consciousness. So I sat down and meditated and put my mind here. And this is a center for concentration. You know, whenever you think deeply, you tend to knit your eyebrows. So putting my mind here, 5 minutes was all it took. I suddenly found myself on a different level, and all my thoughts were positive. So it always depends on your level of consciousness. This is where yoga makes a science of these things. As your mind goes down, it goes into darkness. As the mind comes up, it goes toward light. And yoga techniques, and Kriya Yoga especially, help to bring that consciousness up from the body awareness to enlightenment, which comes when your consciousness is centered here. And then from this center, when you can open this up, then you go to the top of the head, which is known in yoga as the Sahasrara. But Yogananda said that there have not been saints in the West compared to those great yogis, because they knew how to get there. Most saints, it's sort of like a hose. You've got water going through the hose. If you turn it on too quickly, the hose will thrash about and maybe even break the sides of it. And so many Christian saints have had to go through intense suffering because they didn't know what they had to do. And that greater energy that came in as they meditated. I remember the story of this one saint who was feeling such heat all over his body, he jumped into a pool and the whole pool evaporated from that heat. Well, these are things that saints have to go through if they don't know where that huge energy coming from God goes. So there are two things to do with a hose. One is if the pressure is too strong, straighten the hose out. Then the water won't break through the sides. And the other is to turn on the tap. Well, God turns on the tap, but we have to straighten out the hose. And that's the part of yoga that yoga plays. Kriya Yoga is particularly a great technique because it helps in this upward flow, helps to straighten that hose. And I won't go into detail right now, but if you want to achieve these things, yoga is a very helpful thing, not hatha yoga, not the positions of yoga. They're superficial, they're helpful, but not essential. Meditation is essential, okay?